On Sunday, Kurt Zayer got a text from his wife that said she'd seen a tornado about a mile away. 5 minutes later, she sent him another that said their house was gone. They weren't the only ones this happened to. The storm system that ripped through parts of the Midwestern United States on Sunday led to reports of more than 60 tornadoes. Authorities say at least 7 people were killed, hundreds more were injured. The enhanced Fujita scale rates tornadoes based on how much damage they cause. The one that hit the city of Washington, Illinois was classified as an EF4. That means its winds were between 170 and 190 miles per hour. It left people relieved to be alive, but struggling to recover.
It's on the ground! It's on the ground!
A tornado warning has been issued until 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the following counties.
Get to the centermost portion of your home and take cover. I am hearing things right now, Chuck.
Yes.
I think we may need to take shelter right now ourselves.
We do.
We need to go off the air.
Yeah.
We will be back when we can.
Right. We'll be right back.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
And so I go outside and I heard this, it's like a train, like a loud train. I said, this isn't right. I said, it's not thunder, it's not, and it just kept coming, getting louder.
The garage was sitting there with the truck, it's gone, it's laying there.
It was tearing it apart like it was just a cardboard box. I mean, the siding was just getting ripped apart.
This is the clothing I own now. A lot of people have a pile of rubble still, and I mean, I don't have anything. My whole, it's gone. I don't know where it went.
We'll make it through it. And we're just so grateful that the Lord preserved so many lives here.
Moving now to a milestone on Wall Street. Yesterday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average topped 16,000. People use the Dow as an indicator of how the entire stock market is doing, and this is the first time it's ever been over 16,000. The Dow ended the day lower than that, but still good news for investors. Experts say the Federal Reserve, or Fed, is a big part of why the stock market is doing well. The Fed is the country's central bank. It's responsible for creating and maintaining the country's fiscal or economic policies. And recently, many of its policies have been aimed at helping support the U.S. economy. So some analysts are debating whether this is a boost or a bubble.
These are not normal times.
That's right.
This is what the important thing to bear in mind is. We're not watching a Dow that's hitting 16,000 in normal economic circumstances.
Because corporate earnings are fantastic. It's not doing it on its own.
No, it's doing it because we've got exceptional printing money accommodative policy. Janet Yellen talked about it. This is not a normal economy. It's not a normal market. It's been artificially pumped.
And some conservatives say it's a sugar high being helped by the Fed. It's helping the richest Americans, people who invest in stocks, but it hasn't really resulted in a lot of jobs growth yet. And that's something, you know, Janet Yellen would like some jobs growth.
And do watch out for that correction, which may not come until the Fed actually starts tapering, but come it will. There's no doubt about it. And that's when the investor has to hold their nerve.
The best way to look at the tapering, I think, for people who might think, what are they talking about tapering? It's the training wheels on the economy. And the Fed has training wheels on the economy. Those training wheels will come off. Will the bike wobble?
Yes.
We'll have to see.
Pretty expensive training wheels.
They certainly are.
Teachers, we have an explainer available on the stock market. You can check it out at cnnstudentnews.com.
It's time for the shout out. How many years are in a score? If you think you know it, then shout it out. Is it 4, 15, 20, or 75? You've got 3 seconds. Go. A score means 20. So, 4 score in 7 years means 87 years. That's your answer, and that's your shout out.
If 4 score and 7 years sounds familiar, it should. It's the start of the Gettysburg Address, one of the most famous speeches in American history. President Lincoln gave it 150 years ago today. In honor of that anniversary, we're sharing 5 things to know about the Gettysburg Address. Number 1, it was short, just 273 words total. The first speaker that day, Edward Everett, talked for 2 hours. When President Lincoln stepped forward to give his speech, it only lasted 2 minutes. Next, the legacy of the speech. Lincoln talked about the founding principles of the country, liberty and equality, and about the need to preserve democracy, government of the people, by the people, for the people. Another famous line, "The world will little note nor long remember what we say here," that might have been a little misleading. Historians say President Lincoln saw a chance to talk to Americans about the significance of the Civil War. They say he put a lot of thought into the exact words he chose. Number 4, the event. The speech happened at the dedication for the National Cemetery of Gettysburg. It was the site of one of the fiercest battles of the Civil War, and the Union's victory marked a turning point in that conflict. Finally, the reaction. It wasn't all positive. One Pennsylvania newspaper referred to the Gettysburg Address as silly remarks. The paper retracted that statement this month. While opinion may have been split in 1863, the past 150 years have ensured that the Gettysburg Address will always hold a place of significance in American history.
See if you can ID me. I'm home to Victoria Land in the Weddell Sea. I don't have an official population, although researchers set up camps inside my borders. I was established as a continent in 1840. I'm Antarctica, the coldest, driest, and windiest continent on the planet.
It's summertime in Antarctica. Well, that's relative. Let's say it's the time of year when temperatures might get a degree or two above freezing near the coast. But scientists say that could have been enough to melt some of the sea ice around a tremendous iceberg that started years ago with a crack in the Pine Island Glacier. Now, any iceberg headed toward shipping lanes can be a problem. There was a movie about that a few years ago.
Iceberg!
But this isn't any iceberg. It's the size of Singapore. It's twice the size of Atlanta. It's enormous. An intrepid explorer could probably name it and colonize it if the whole melting thing weren't a factor. It is, but scientists say that could take up to a year. So if this iceberg drifts into shipping lanes, it could be threatening and rerouting sailors for months before it dissolves into the sea. What can be done about it? Same thing that can be done about any iceberg. Track it, chart its path, and tell anyone who might be in that path to steer clear.
It's Tiger Tuesday on our roll call. It's time for us to scratch 3 more schools off our list. In New York, we've got the Tigers from Mamaroneck Avenue School. Then we jump down to the Mansfield High Tigers from Mansfield, Texas. And we're bringing it home with Mountain Home, the Mountain Home High School Tigers from Mountain Home, Idaho. Shifting gears now to talk NASCAR. Richard Petty, the King, won 7 titles. Dale Earnhardt, the Intimidator, also won 7. Jimmy Johnson has been known for a while as 5-time. That's a reference to the 5 Sprint Cup titles he's won. Time for a name change. Johnson took home his 6th championship this past weekend. That's 6 titles in 8 years. Easy to understand why some people are calling Jimmy Johnson one of the best stock car drivers ever and one of the best athletes in the world. Former NFL quarterback and now sports analyst Donovan McNabb doesn't agree. He doesn't consider Johnson or any drivers to be athletes. Johnson responded saying, "Yes, I am, and so is every other driver in one of these race cars." What do you say? Are NASCAR drivers athletes? If you're 13 or older, head to our blog at cnnstudentnews.com. If you're already on Facebook, facebook.com/cnnstudentnews. Usually when you say someone walks on water, you mean it figuratively. Not here. This is an annual project for students in an architecture class. Technical name, Materials and Methods of Construction. General name, Students Walk on Water, or they try to with these shoes they made for the attempt. The lake is 175 feet across. First one to the other side gets $500. Anyone who gets across gets an A. Otherwise, your grade is based on how far you get. The class might be a required course, or it could be an elective. Woo! But if you're into design, the challenge is guaranteed to whet your appetite. Float an idea, see if it holds water, and then hit the lake, boy, and see. That's all the time we have for now. We'll sure be back with you tomorrow for more CNN Student News. See you then.